this is Lindsay from Lindsay & Co. Virtual Business Management. This is my first video, so bear with me. I want to share a tutorial of how to make Pinterest graphics using the online tool Canva. Pinterest graphics are basically the photos you see when you're scrolling through Pinterest. They usually don't have a description underneath, so it's important to have like your most important information right up front. Here's some awesome examples. A lot of people put a lot of information, like pretty much their whole content of their blog post, in their Pinterest graphic, and others just kind of, it's more of a title page. So you can see that most of them include an image of some kind, some big bold letters with the blog title, as well as their URL or their business name. So I'm going to show you how to use Canva, because Canva is an awesome tool because it's free and it's really easy to use. So it's a graphic design online software. Here's Canva. If you've never used it, you can sign up for free online. There's a lot of tools you can use through the free version, and there's an upgraded paid version which you can use as well. But I actually use just the free one. I find that I don't really need those upgrades. So the great thing about Canva is that it has these pre-made templates ready for you. So as you can see, there's lots of different ones. There's social media for Instagram, Facebook posts, blog graphic. We're going to be using the Pinterest graphic. Documents, ebooks, infographics, marketing materials, social media headers, so you never have to look up the size of a Facebook event cover again. Events, ads, and then you can also do your custom dimension by clicking on this up here. But today we're going to use Pinterest graphics, so it's all ready for us. There we go. Okay, so it comes up as a blank page, but immediately it pulls up a bunch of templates that you could use. Let's scroll through a bunch of them. Sometimes I use them, oftentimes I don't. Maybe I will. Well, we're going to do kind of a style like this one here. So this one is a photo with a transparent overlay over top and some big bold letters. We're going to do something kind of similar to that. So to do that, we're going to upload a picture. So in here in our uploads, as you can see, I have a bunch of pictures already uploaded. I like to use Haute Chocolat, or Haute Chocolate, I believe is the correct term. It's a subscription-based stock photography, girl boss stock photography, I guess you would say. And you can basically, once you have your subscription, you can use as many photos as you want, which is awesome. It gives you lots of variety as a blogger or as a, for your social media. Lots of great things. So let's do. Obviously, I haven't thought this through before doing it, but that's the plan. Let's do this fun one. So the idea is, usually you pick a vertical image so that it would fit your vertical style. It's not necessary, but obviously it's easier because you're going to have to stretch the image so that it fits. Okay. I'm just thinking if I should use a different one because we want to do an overlay. So let's try this one. This one's fun. Now when you're choosing an image that you want to overlay, the overlay just makes if there's a lot of items or things on the picture that might distract the viewer from the text, because obviously the text you want it to pop. So the overlay just kind of shades it out a bit. So this is cute. So I think I'll use that one. And I think I'm going to do like a full overlay because I like the style. So we're going to pick an element. So there's different elements you can use. There's free photos, grids, which you can use. You can pop photos into it. So if you're doing like a photo collage, there's frames. If you want to insert more photos, shapes, lines, illustrations. They have built-in icons, charts even, which is awesome, and little Canva logos if you want to use that, which we actually might be using because our title is how to create a Pinterest graphic using Canva. So let's just pull one of these up. Actually, okay, we'll do one thing at a time. So let's do the overlay first. The great thing about overlays is you can use them to incorporate your brand into a photo that doesn't necessarily have your brand colors. So my brand colors, I mean, they sort of work with this, like black and white and a little bit of rose gold or copper. So I have this pink color, which is sort of my rose gold color, is part of my brand. And the great thing about Canva is it remembers your brand colors, so you can kind of upload your brand colors. I just have one in there because it's the only unique one. So you don't have to put in the hex color code every single time, which is really helpful. So, like I said, I'm going to make this big. So some people might make it as like a frame. Let's just do a frame first, see how that looks. And you're going to use up here in the corner, there's this little shade button called transparency. So we're going to click on that. And you can see when we scroll it down, it goes from dark to pretty much clear. So we're going to want to put it sort of in the middle. So as I said, the great thing about using these overlays is once you cover up an image with your overlay, you can use your own brand colors, and it makes your images consistent with your brand. And you definitely want to make sure that you have those brand colors decided beforehand and keep them consistent throughout your blog. It just makes it for like more aesthetically pleasing, and it just solidifies your brand as well. So let's see, try that for now. So as you can see, some people do sort of like a frame version, depends on the type of image you're using. This one I think I'm going to go all the way up. So we're going to size it. Boop. Okay. It's kind of overlapping a bit, but that's okay. So you can see, now we have a nice overlay. So it still gives us the image and the feel from before, but now we have a nice little overlay. So now we have to add some text on there. So we might change the transparency, like the amount of transparency we're using. But let's just see how it looks. So now we're going to add some text. So I'm going to use a heading. Again, Canva can remember what your texts are. Sorry, your branding text that you use are. I'm going to actually use this one. This is one of my ones I use my brand. And in italics, that's how I like it. So, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, how to create a Pinterest graphic using Canva. Pinterest, how to create. So I like to use titles that kind of ask a question, because I know if I'm searching for something, I always ask a question. How do I do this? How do I do that? So I try and keep my blog posts titles the same, just so that they're SEO friendly. Okay, so let's play around with this a little bit to see how we like the typography. Again, we really want this to pop, so I might actually make it a little bit bigger. Ooh, that looks great. Pinterest graphic using Canva. Oops. Oh, and of course, I just realized that I have this is not. This is Canvas, Canva. I like that. And it looks pretty good with the, like it's not over, you know, if I put it over here, it might not be as clear, so it's good to kind of scoot it over a bit so that it's not over top of that dark cell phone case. The the other thing that you need to include is your website. Sometimes I include just my business name, but I think it's also important to include, I'm going to pick another font. Let's see. As you can see, there's lots of free fonts, and they're all really nice fonts that you can use on Canva. I forget what I'm looking for. Oh, there it is. Just it's on. So that's one of my sans serif fonts I like to use in my branding. So Lindsay, so I'm going to cap it. lindsayandco.ca. And I'm going to make it a little bit bigger because it's kind of small there. I'll leave that for now. So, I mean, this is like, you know, as long as the words are popping out and it's an attractive photo and everything, this is good. But I'm going to add maybe a couple more little details just to make it a little more interesting and show off some of my style, I guess. I like to do these little borders. So what I'm going to do at the very bottom, pop, and I'm actually going to turn it black. I find black and white, or white on black, pops a lot. So I'm going to turn this actually white. This Lindsay & Co. It's kind of like a footer. The good thing about Canva too is, like I said, it's very easy to use. It centers it for you. So it'll tell you when you're centered to another element on your page or if you're centered to the actual page. So this one is actually perfectly centered. You can see the lines. It's centered to the Pinterest graphic page, like the whole entire page, and it's also centered in the little black bar. So it's exactly where we want it. Little crosshairs come up. So we're going to let go. It's going to stay there. Oh, actually, this is great. So there's actually different layers on every time you create a graphic. So to change those layers, because we obviously want the white text to be in front, we're going to go to Arrange, and we're going to move that back. There you go. And you can also use shortcuts. So it says right here. So it's that little, I don't know what that's called, the Command key, and then the open bracket. So that's really handy to have. The shortcuts are handy. Okay, and you know what, I might want to try another one. So if you want to copy any element on your page, you just highlight it, you hit copy, and there it pops up. So this I'm going to try it up top. And again, make sure it's centered. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and I was saying maybe we can add an element of, let's bring that back in, a little Canva logo, because since we're kind of blogging about Canva, might as well. Let's try just a simple, beep. Oh, it comes up as pink. So you know what we'll actually do, turn that white, and shrink it down a bit, and instead of keeping the written Canva there, we'll remove that using Canva. That looks nice. Move that up a bit. Let's see if I can fit. Oh, that looks pretty good. What do you think? You can also, let's see if there's any more. I like that one. Made in Canva. So if you wanted to use that, I'm not sure why you'd want to use that, but I guess it's free advertising for them. Or maybe I'll change it black. See, that looks better actually. Hey, pops a lot more. They probably love that we're using their logo. Okay, so let me just take one more look at the transparency, see if I can, you know, since most of it's sort of on the Looks good. Most of the text is on the white part. I don't feel like I need to have it too thick or too solid, I guess would be the right term. So there you have it. So you can change the title up here. So I think we're done here, yes. Change the title, that's fine. I just need to know where it is. And we're going to download it into a PNG file because we're going to be using it for our blog. So just give it a second while it downloads. Pops up here. I'm going to just save it to my desktop. Okay, now we're going to go back in. So we're done here with Canva. We are going to go to, actually let me just show you. So what I need to do is I need to add this to my blog post. So on I use Squarespace. On my Squarespace website, I use the Pinterest graphics also is sort of like on my own page. It's like my own little mini Pinterest. My home page just is like a gallery to show my latest blog posts. So as you can see, they're all a little bit different style, but they sort of have the same theme, the same font, so they're all very brand consistent. So I'm going to show you how to put that into your blog post. There we go. So here I am on the back side of the Squarespace, my Squarespace website. I just started a little practice one here. So I haven't actually written the blog post yet, but I will soon. So I'll show you here actually an example. So as you can see, I have my headers, my H1, my H2, and some of my text, and then you can really actually insert it wherever you want, along with other pictures. So it could be at the bottom of the page, wherever it makes sense for you to have it. It usually makes sense to have it near the top. You actually don't have to insert it into your actual blog post, because I'll show you there's a way to do it so that it's just sort of the thumbnail of your post. So if you don't like the way it looks, if it's too big for you, then you can actually leave it out of your actual blog post. But for here, we're going to edit. Okay, so let's pretend that I've written my whole blog post and now I want to add the image into my blog post. So, let me just slow that down for you. So with Squarespace, you have these little bubbles that pop up, or you can hit this plus button and it'll basically just add it to the bottom of your post. So I'm going to pick where I want to put it. So if I had a bunch of text here, maybe I want to put it underneath the text, and you're going to pick, in the basic, you're just going to pick an image. So you're going to add the image. So basically we're going to upload it. So I'm going to find it. There it is. Give it a second. I like to remove the caption. Do not display caption. And I like to name it because that also helps with your SEO. So how to create Pinterest graphic Canva. Okay, so that's uploaded. If you want to have a click-through URL, which I don't see why you would for this, you can add it there and apply. Okay, so there it is in your blog post. And now you're going to go to options, and you're going to want to use it as the thumbnail image. So the thumbnail image is the photo that is used when you share it on Facebook, or you share it on a different part of your website, or you're sharing it on Pinterest. So this is why this is so important. So we're going to add the image, upload the same one. So basically you have to upload it twice. And again, if you don't want to have that image in your actual blog post, you just upload it here. Take a second. There it is. So we're going to save that. And there we go. So on this particular one, I will actually add in the video at the bottom, and I'll write a little intro, and then it'll be ready to pin. And then you can actually pin it directly from your website. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So I haven't actually pinned this one. So let's go. So first we need to click on, actually let me go to the actual website. we're going to pin this one. So Squarespace and WordPress, and I'm pretty sure anywhere else, has built-in pin it buttons. So when you scroll over it, you'll see the little Pinterest pop up. So we're going to click on that, and it's going to log me in. And there we go. So now it's going to want to pin this board. So where do I want to pin it? Oh, here we go. I have a whole blog, a board specifically for that. Oh, sorry, 1 second. Let's do that again because I skipped a step. Okay. I wanted to change the description. So it has my title in there. And maybe I put by Lindsay and Co. Lindsay and Co.ca, and let's throw in some hashtags: networking, event planning, network event, entrepreneur, and girl boss. So you can throw in as many as you want, and that'll help when people are searching for these things. So that looks done. So we're going to put it on there and it's going to save it. See you now. Okay, so let's go back to Pinterest and see how our blog post looks. 1 second here. Oh, there we go. I usually use Pinterest on my phone, to be honest. So here's my blog posts. As you can see, I have 2 of them. But now this is what it looks like on Pinterest. So this is what people are going to be pinning and what they're going to be seeing when they search for different things. Pinterest is a really great marketing tool. Yeah, we'll get into how to use Pinterest for your small business soon. But anyway, so that's basically it. I hope this helped. Again, this is my first video tutorial. So I hoped I was helpful, hope I was clear. Feel free to leave any questions and I will definitely answer them, or I'll make another video to answer your questions. I would also love to hear what are some other things that you want to learn to do. You know, everything that I do for my website and for my clients' websites, you can actually do yourself too. You just have to kind of spend the time getting to know it, and you have to have a little bit of an eye for design so that you know your graphics turn out exactly how you want them to. But yeah, hopefully I can teach you a little bit. So thanks again, and check out my website, lindsayandco.ca. I'm going to be adding some more videos and some more tutorials, and yeah, hope to hear from you soon. Take care. Bye.